Have you ever woken up and felt like you were living someone else's life? You have a home, maybe a family, a job, everything you're supposed to want, and yet a quiet ache lingers. Something feels off, like you're performing in a play you never auditioned for. You're not alone, and no, you're not broken. What if I told you this restlessness is not a problem, but an invitation, a sacred whisper from within, calling you back to your true self? This isn't just poetic sentiment. It's a map. A psychological, spiritual map that Carl Gustav Jung spent his life exploring, and today we're going to unfold that map, not with compasses or GPS, but with symbols, archetypes, dreams, and something we rarely make time for: silence. Welcome to InnerRise Journey. In this video we embark on a voyage through Jung's map of the soul, but more than that, we navigate how this map can help us in modern life, especially in midlife and beyond. If you're ready to understand the hidden architecture of your psyche and begin the journey home, stay with me. We begin not with theory, but with experience. That lingering emptiness, that fatigue that no amount of rest cures, it has a name. It's the cost of inauthenticity. Most of us were not taught to ask, "Who am I?" Instead, we were taught, "Who should I be to be accepted?" So we build lives on borrowed dreams. We pursue careers for approval, relationships for security, and lifestyles for validation. This works for a while until it doesn't. Carl Jung recognized this long before the term midlife crisis became trendy. He saw it as a turning point, a spiritual summons. A crisis, yes, but one with a purpose, to call you back to the self. Not the self that appears on your driver's license, but the self with a capital S, the totality of who you are. Jung's map of the soul isn't a literal chart. It's a symbolic structure of the psyche, built from dreams, mythology, religion, and direct observation of human behavior. Think of it as a house with many rooms. At the entrance is the ego, our conscious identity. The part of us that says, "I am a teacher, I am a mother, I am successful." But underneath the floorboards lies the personal unconscious, the place where we store everything we've forgotten, denied, or repressed. Old fears, unresolved grief, childhood wounds. Even deeper, we find the collective unconscious. This is Jung's most controversial and revolutionary idea. A universal layer of the psyche that we all share, regardless of culture or upbringing. It's populated by archetypes: the hero, the mother, the child, the wise old man. These are not characters, they are patterns. They shape the way we dream, love, grieve, and grow. Between the ego and the self are several structures. Persona, the mask we wear to function in society. Shadow, the aspects of ourselves we deny or hide. Anima/animus, the inner feminine for men or masculine for women. And at the very center, the self. The organizing principle of the psyche, the hidden blueprint of who you were always meant to become. Modern life trains us to live from the persona, to perfect our image, not our inner world. We're praised for being productive, not introspective. We hustle for external approval and silence the inner voice. Children are told, "Don't be too sensitive. Don't cry, be strong." So we learn to armor up. We suppress emotions, deny instincts, and mistake achievement for purpose. By adulthood, the mask fits so well we forget we're wearing one, but the self doesn't disappear. It waits. And if ignored too long, it begins to whisper. Through anxiety, through depression, through broken relationships, until we finally ask, what if I'm not living the life I'm meant for? Here's the paradox. Your suffering is not random, it's a compass. That recurring dream, that persistent sadness, that deep dissatisfaction despite success, they're messengers. Have you noticed patterns in your life? The same kinds of relationships, the same mistakes. Jung called these complexes. Autonomous parts of the psyche that hijack our behavior. You may feel like you're in control, but these inner patterns are running the show. The only way out is through awareness, through introspection, through courage. When you feel like you're breaking down, you might actually be breaking open. So, how do we begin the journey back? Jung offered several tools, not solutions but practices. Here are a few. 1. Dreamwork. Jung saw dreams as letters from the self. They speak in symbols, not logic. A crumbling staircase may represent a collapsed belief system. A lion in your dream may be a repressed desire for courage. 2. Active imagination. This is a method where you consciously engage with inner figures or images. Write dialogues with your shadow. Draw your anima. Meditate on symbols that arise. This isn't fantasy, it's a form of inner listening. 3. Shadow work. This is the heart of inner transformation. It means facing what you've disowned, your jealousy, your rage, your shame, but also, and this is vital, your hidden brilliance, your creativity, your power. 4. Dismantling the persona. Who are you without your roles, without your title, without your curated image? Dismantling the persona is terrifying, but only then can the self emerge. 5. Integrating the anima/animus. Men must embrace their inner sensitivity, receptivity, and intuition. Women must reclaim their inner authority, direction, and logic. When these inner opposites unite, the psyche becomes whole. 6. Silence. Yes, silence. In a world addicted to noise, stillness becomes revolutionary. Make time for solitude, for reflection, for being. The self does not shout. It whispers. Here's the most misunderstood part of Jung's work. Individuation is not about becoming perfect, it's about becoming whole. You are not here to become someone new. You are here to remember who you were before the world told you who to be. Integration means holding both light and dark, joy and grief, power and vulnerability, the rebel and the peacemaker. Only by embracing these opposites can you find inner harmony. You might wonder, why now? Why does this matter more after 40 or 50? Because midlife is when the persona begins to crack, when success no longer satisfies, when old dreams lose their glow. Jung believed this was the soul's appointed hour, not a crisis, a calling. This is not the end of your story. It is the moment you begin writing it for yourself. If you're feeling lost, good. That means you're ready to begin. The map of the soul is not a prescription, it's a guide, a lantern in the dark. You won't walk it perfectly, no one does. But you don't need perfection, you need presence, you need honesty, you need courage, because this journey is not out there, it's in here. You are not broken, you are not late, you are not too old, you are becoming. And your soul, wise, patient, and persistent, has been waiting for this moment all along. If this video resonated with you, if it stirred something deep inside, then you're not alone. You're part of a quiet, growing revolution of people who are done performing and ready to live. If you found meaning in these words, please like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe to InnerRise Journey. We explore timeless wisdom, deep psychology, and the quiet power of becoming who you truly are. Your soul thanks you. Until next time, keep rising from within.